Schauer, the Democratic candidate for governor, former state legislator, former congressman, and on the other end of our AT&T line right this second. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome, Michael Patrick.
You caused a little bit of a stir because you didn't do any post-debate interviews yesterday. How come you didn't do that?
Well, I'm not a pundit. I felt I left it all out there on the debate stage, and everyone was able to hear directly from me, and of course they were able to hear from my opponent, and I think now they figured out why he was not so excited about having a debate.
The Senator Stabenow and Senator Gretchen Whitmer said that you were happy with your performance and you went to celebrate. Did you? Where did you go? What'd you do?
Oh, I had my wife and my sister there with me, and we just wanted to have a little bit of private family time, and no celebration really, just a chance to unwind with family. Because to me, this is personal. I mean, it is about where I came from. That, you know, our dad was a teacher, my mom was a nurse. You know, I saw the difference they made. That's what it's about. You know, I've fought my entire life to help build an economy that works for regular people, and that's what I talked about last night. And, you know, we heard from a governor who's really out of touch. He was defensive the entire night, clearly out of touch with what his pension tax is doing to seniors, how his cuts really are hurting our kids in the classroom, and, you know, that his economy may be working for the wealthy, but not for the rest of Michigan.
Why did you choose to call him Rick?
Well, that's what I call him when I see him. That's what he calls himself. That's what everyone on his TV ads call him. That's what his lawn signs and all of his bumper stickers say. So he can call me Mark if he wants to. That's his name.
Nolan Finley said he felt the governor was seething and looked like he could explode at any minute because he is so rankled up by the fact, and he thinks it's disgusting that you keep bringing up his cousin's furniture contract.
Well, look, it is fascinating. I read a little bit of the fact-checking afterwards. I mean, he's trying to argue that this furniture contract existed and this deal was negotiated before he became governor. That's untrue. It is in fact that this company had a contract, but the legislature in the budget had put, I think, $1.5 million of, you know, that's small compared to the $41 million. So his cousin George was so concerned about this, he emailed Rich Baird, the governor's chief advisor, the Nerd Fund guy, and so it was between those communications, you know, Rich Baird said, we'll take care of it, and contacted the legislature, and they increased the amount of this furniture contract by $41 million. That's wrong. That's money I would put toward our kids' classrooms, toward ending the Snyder job-killing pension tax, toward fixing our roads. We also talked about Aramark, and you know, he demonstrated that he's completely out of touch, that he's on top of the situation, that, you know, he fined them $200,000. That's after they rescinded a previous $95,000 fine and pressured Dennis Muchmore, his chief of staff, pressured the corrections director to back off, that they were too tough on Aramark. I mean, this is a governor who's taking care of his friends and families, but his policies are squeezing the middle class from both ends by cutting funding to the classroom and raising taxes on retiree pensions. It's hurting our state, hurting our economy, and he is completely out of touch, and that's why we need a change.
Did you think that the moderators were a little over the top in cutting you both off to keep it moving along? Because
I don't think they were over the top. I think they were fair. I knew they wanted to keep it moving. It was hard. There were parts of like answers on my transportation plan that I would have liked to have talked more about. I was able to get out part of that. I did want to make it clear that fixing our roads and leading to provide a bipartisan solution with the legislature requires you to be there. I said what I would not do would be in Manhattan with a billionaire hosting a fundraiser for my campaign, and I was Michael Bloomberg, and I mentioned now we know why he was there rather than with the legislature, because that billionaire has put $2 million into his campaign. it is about leadership, and I think we talked a lot about that. The marriage equality issue came up, which was a glaring moment in the debate last night where Rick Snyder refused to take a position, abdicated leadership, when in fact he's taken a very clear position by prohibiting domestic partner benefits for gay and lesbian state employees, by being a party to the appeal of federal Judge Bernard Friedman's decision knocking down Michigan's ban on same-sex marriage. So this is a governor who was defensive the entire night. I could see him sweating from where I was seated. I felt very comfortable in that discussion. And I think independent voters had a real opportunity to see, that I'm fighting every day and will wake up every day fighting for an economy that works for regular people rather than just the wealthy, and Rick Snyder's policies are not working for them.
Did you two talk at all before or after, when you greet or shake hands, you and Rick, as you call him?
It was kind of strange. I was expecting to, meet kind of in the middle and walk over and shake his hand, and he walked over and just, shook hands with the two moderators, and I finally, was able to shake his hand and wish him luck. And then at the end, I shook his hand again and just wished him luck over the last 23 days.
And was there any response?
No, he didn't say anything.
Not a word?
No, I think, no, nothing.
Interesting. Well, we only got one, but it was a humdinger yesterday. Sort of. Not too much humor in there. A couple of zingers here and there. Mark Schauer, nice enough to ring us this morning. 3 weeks to go to make up your mind in the election. He is the Democratic candidate for governor. 26 minutes after the hour, Michael Patrick Shields. Lieutenant Governor Brian Kelly will be with us a little later. Nolan Finley, too, who moderated the debate. One of the moderators yesterday. John McMurray's forecast is next. It's Michael Patrick Shields.